Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the world. There is this one television that is so entertaining. It is so inspiring and so educative. Starcross TV, inspiring station. Watch Starcross TV, enlightening station. Watch Starcross TV, empowering station. God's own station, uniting the.
It is said by Martin Luther King Jr. that faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. Hello, good morning, and welcome to today's wonderful episode of the Morning Star Breakfast Show here on Star Cross Television, where, as usual, we inspire you, we enlighten you, we educate you, and we also remind you of most of those things you might have learned and forgotten due to life hustles and struggles. I am Stella Obina, reaching out to you from Star Cross Television. Trust you had a very beautiful, beautiful night rest. Yes, like I mentioned earlier, this episode promises to be a very, very interesting one because we have a lot of things to bring your screen this morning, a lot of inciting and inspiring content to bring your screen this morning. And as usual, I'm not going to be running this episode alone. I'm here with an amazing colleague of mine. But before I bring him to your screen, let us have this chit chat about what I mentioned earlier about faith. What do you actually see faith to be? What do you think is faith? How can you actually describe faith? When you find yourself in some kind of uncertainties, some kind of predicament, some kind of situations, do you, is your faith ever shaken? Has your faith ever been shaken? Do you say, no, despite the situation, I still hold on to my God because he will definitely come out or come through for me? Have you yourself in a situation like that of Brother Job? And then you still say, no, I can never denounce my God. I can never ever deny my God, because even if it is left with 1 minute, he will surely come through for me. That is the kind of faith we are talking about this morning. Okay, let me now bring to you or to your screen my very amazing colleague on today's episode. He is no other than Brother David Eric. Good morning to you, Brother Eric.
Good morning to you, Sister Stella. Good morning. And good morning to you, our amazing and wonderful audience. It's good to know that you are still glued to Star Cross Television. Once again, we are privileged to understand that there is a power embedded in light, and darkness has given way to light. And we have seen a new morning, a fresh start. We have to embrace this wonderful opportunity because most persons could not get this opportunity. So you are alive once again. Give God all the glory. Give him praise, thanks, adore him, for he deserves all praises. And definitely you will see his wonders working in your life. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, Brother David Eric, for that very amazing intro. Yes, let me also bring you into the conversation. Like I asked our audience, are there times you have ever wondered if God actually do exist? Are there times you have ever questioned in the sovereignty, in the omnipotency of our Lord Jesus Christ? Are there times you have ever said, no, God, enough is enough. I have waited patiently for too long? Or are there also times you have ever acted like our Brother Job, who, despite the situation he found himself, he never ever doubted in the potency of Christ?
All right, so I want to start by saying I may not be that famous like Job in the Bible.
Okay.
But I believe my name will be written in the sands of time.
Oh, wow.
Because I think foundation is very, very important. I would say kudos to my parents for giving me the right foundation, and may God continue to bless them.
Amen.
Yes, as I have grown in my own way, and I have seen, I have tested. They say a man who have not seen and tested cannot affirm. So by my own little way, I have affirmed the potency of our most holy Father, and he has been coming true for me. As I said earlier, I may not be as famous as Brother Job in the Bible. My trials or my hurdles may not be as tedious as his, may not be as famous as his, but
Okay.
I also have my own trials, my own hurdles that may be very consuming to me. But I thank the Father because I believe man as a whole cannot do it. It is God that does it.
Yeah.
For us to overcome these trials, I believe the Father has given me the position, or put me in a position for me to understand that there is a moment of mystery, there is a moment of magic, there is a moment whereby our Father needs to take his glory. In the state of man, he will say, this is the moment where you need to shine. You understand?
Okay.
So God has his own moment, and his own moment, no man can share this moment. I always pray for that moment to come, and by Father's grace, I have been witnessing this moment. I would not want to say I need to be witnessing this moment often, because it is not always easy.
Right.
I have to be frank.
Okay.
It is not always easy. Some steps of doubt might also crawl in, and you might see yourself shaking. And when you're shaking, getting to the point whereby you are freezing up, all hopes have been taken away, you do not even have hope again. I think that's the time when our Father comes in His glory, in His splendor, in everything that you can imagine, and just come. And He says 100 days is like a day in His hand. And at that point in time, you see yourself smiling and just in the presence of these things. I know doubt will definitely flock in, but I have not gotten to that point whereby I would doubt the potency, because I said foundation matters a lot. It's as if I already know the beginning to the end. I am not God, but as if I already know the beginning to the end. I always know that God is going to come in for me.
Okay.
This is why I have not deviated from the lane I was shown. This is why I try my possible best to strive. This is why I see every need that I have to follow the one who has given me life until the end. So I have not gotten any cause for me to be shaking. And I pray God not to give me any cause to be shaking, because it is said, no man can hold God. It is God that has to hold you. So I do not have the ability to hold God, but the Father has to hold me firm, and my family also.
Okay, thank you so very much, Brother David Eric. You have given us a tip or a snippet for us to see life from a different perspective.
Definitely.
You know, most persons, when they find themselves in, should I say, terrible situations or conditions they feel it's overwhelming, it's something they cannot handle, it's something that is too heavy on them, they'll be like God. They'll just start asking some kind of how is it called, rhetorical questions.
Yes.
They'll be like, in fact, I can never be God, but if I was to be God, I can never be God. No human can be God, you know. But if humans were to be God, and then, okay, now let's say if I was to be God, and then you ask me that kind of question, I'll be like, I'll know where to keep you. You know, that's why we can never be God.
Definitely.
Because He is who He is, you know. But there are times when we find ourselves in situations, and then you'll be like, but just like you mentioned, we should pray never to find ourselves in such situations where we now start questioning the potency of Christ. We'll now start questioning if God actually do exist. We'll start, in fact, we just start throwing some kind of tantrums, doing some kind of things, making some kind of statements, doing things that ordinarily we wouldn't want to do them because of the situation we find ourselves. But we pray that we shouldn't get to that limit. Yes, there will be trials, there will be temptations, there will be things to test our faith. Yes, definitely. There are times when God will just like our brother Job, God will say, okay, you say you love me too much.
Job is even the least.
Let
us look at Peter.
Okay.
Peter was one of the right-hand man of God. We saw how faithful he was, how dedicated he was. And at the point when Allah Jesus Christ be crucified, he told him, you are going to deny me thrice. This is why I said we cannot hold God. We cannot follow Him. He has to make us do it. He has to give us the grace for us to hold Him. Peter never believed.
He still doubted
He
that
never
he was never
expected
going to do it.
that he was going to doubt God 3 times or deny Him 3 times. And it happened 3 times. And at the 3rd time, when he realized that he had doubted, he had denied God, he felt so bad, he felt so bad. So in your own words, I feel the Father needs to give us the grace, because if He wants to set the test for us and He says we should not pass,
definitely not pass it.
we will not be passing. That is what I feel. But I am praying that the Father gives us the grace for our doubts not to overwhelm us, because inwardly we always have that doubt. There is this silent talker that will just come. Are you sure? Why not try something?
Okay.
Why not go out and explore? See these other options and see if God is truly God, and so on and so forth. And at some point, as humans, if you have not modified the flesh to that point whereby you can consume all those negative spirits that are coming into your head at that point in time, you see yourself. This is why most of our brothers fall along the path. We are on a path, we are on a journey to salvation. Definitely there will be distractions, and the distractions are always very pleasing, so beautiful, so amazing, so exceptional that we believe that those are the right things we need to do.
Not saying we are wallowing in darkness.
So where do we stand?
Okay, at this point in time, we have not even started the conversation yet, but it is already getting tense. It's already getting, the atmosphere is already getting so cozy. I don't know about you, but that David Eric, but we know very well that, we know for sure that our topic of discourse this morning, it's something that is going to bring us back to the right place, bring our minds back, whether or not you have been in a situation where you just keep questioning the potency of God, you just keep asking some kind of questions whether or not God truly exists. Do not forget that whatever it is, whatever situation you find yourself today, so many persons have also found themselves in similar or even worse situations. But in one way or the other, God still came through for them. So do not think that yours is the worst in life. So always have a reason to smile. Always have a reason to say, thank God it never happened this way. Maybe if it had happened this way, it would have been worse. Now, let's say, for instance, you are on a journey and then in the process you were involved in an accident. Let's say maybe you were just injured, but nothing too serious, you know. It's possible that in that same accident, that same vehicle, other persons died. But yours, you just sustained an injury. In that situation, do not feel like yours is bad or yours is over. All you have to do is for you to say, God, thank you, I am not that person who passed on. God, thank you, I am not. God, thank you, it never happened this way. In every situation we find ourselves, what we're trying to say in essence is always be thankful to God Almighty, because He alone knows why it had to happen that way. However, Morning Star Breakfast show still continues. Our topic of discourse will be displayed briefly on your screen where we'll come back, or where we take this very, very short break. I also promised, do not forget that this episode promises to be a very, very enlightening and a very inspiring one. So please stay glued while we take a cup of cold water. I'll be right back.
Dear esteemed viewer, when moments matter, when memories must live forever, Starcross Television is here to capture it all. We warmly welcome you to another season with us. We are fully prepared and passionately committed to bringing your celebrations, milestones, and visions to life, because you are the reason we exist. From the beauty of traditional marriages to sacred marriage blessings, from colorful birthday celebrations to purpose-driven send-forth ceremonies, from grand project unveiling and honorable celebrations of life to joyful child blessings, from launching and inaugurations to music concerts and spirit-filled fellowship celebrations, we cover it all with excellence. Not to forget, we also deliver top-quality music videos, film production, eye-catchy screwbars, exciting jingles, and so much more. At Starcross Television, we don't just record events, we tell your stories with professionalism, creativity, and passion. For more bookings and inquiries, please contact +234 704 554 1089. +234 809 473 5538 or +234 814 083 6948. Starcross Television, the voice of the universe. Keep watching, keep believing, keep celebrating with Starcross TV. Hashtag support Starcross TV. Hashtag voice of the universe. Hashtag keep watching Starcross TV, God's own TV station.
I will lift up my eyes to the hills, from whence cometh my help, from the Lord. Anything I do, anything I say, even when I smile, even when I cry, Lord, I need you. Sometimes I wonder what manner of love you have for me. You love me beyond human comprehension. You are my strength when I'm weak. You are my Lord, my fortress and shield. Zamo papa, Zamo daddy, Zamo onywe, Makala ibuchi. I will lift up my eyes to the hills, from whence cometh my help, from the Lord. Anything I do, I say, even when I smile, even when I cry, Lord, I need you.
Let your light shine out bright through the darkened wall, so that people be saved through the light in you. Representing Little Lumba, we must representing Little Lumba with this gospel of truth.
Line of tribe of Judah, we must give helping hands to less privileged. We must preach this gospel to the dying world, because we are ambassadors of Olumba, chosen to prove His excellency. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing Little Lumba with His gospel of truth. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Representing Little Lumba with His gospel of truth. Our Father. Let's be the difference.
We must go to Macedonia and preach the word. We must go to Pakistan and stop the war. We must let Israel know He's in Africa. We must tell the Greece and Australia, because we are ambassadors of Olumba Obu. Yes, we are chosen to prove His excellency. Let's be the difference. Let's be the difference. Oh yes, representing Little Lumba with His gospel of His gospel. Let's be the difference. Oh, let's be the difference.
Let's be the
Let's be giving helping hands to each other. Representing Little Lumba with His gospel of
Faith is said to be the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. That is recorded in Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1. Thank you so very much for still staying glued to this wonderful episode of the Morning Star Breakfast show here on Star Cross Television. I remain Stella Obina, and I'm still here with Brother David Eric. Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Okay, before we embarked on that short break, we were still talking on faith, how well you've been able to handle your situations, your should I call it trials and temptations or tribulations? It has not gotten to that level now. But with whatever situation you find yourself, how well have you been able to handle it, just so you don't start questioning God unnecessarily? You don't start questioning the existence of God, the potency of God, if truly He is there for you, if truly He still have you in mind, if truly He has not forsaken or forgotten you. How well have you been able to handle all of those situations, just so the enemy will not say, yes, I have conquered.
Sure.
Yeah. So it is right about time for us to bring to you our topic of discuss this morning. It is already been displayed on your screen, and that topic is centered on faith and doubt. Faith and doubt is our topic this morning. Let us get to know what faith is all about, and when doubt is incorporated into faith, because most times, yes, we are humans. Most times we have doubt. Most times there are things that happen and then we'll be like, God, is this thing actually going to work? You just keep having some kind of negative thoughts and doubts, and then you just have some, you just be asking some kind of questions like that. Those are doubts, You don't necessarily need to say God does not exist.
Sure.
But most times you just keep asking yourself questions. God, is it ever going to happen? Is it ever going to work? Those are all doubts. We are humans. We have to be very realistic. There are times like that.
Sure.
But we thank God immensely that it has not gotten to the extent of saying, no, God does not exist. No, God has forsaken or forgotten me. Let us all pray that our situations does not get to that limit, to that extent. Yeah, right about time, Brother David Eric.
Yeah.
We are still here talking about doubt. The first quote I mentioned from Martin Luther King, he said, faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase.
True.
How true is that?
Yes, this is absolutely true, because when you have confidence in a particular thing, you have trust, you believe you cannot fail. You believe that particular thing you trust in rather cannot fail you. This is that faith. This is that confidence. Because if you don't trust the process, you don't have confidence in what you believe, definitely you cannot take that bold step. That was likened it to the disciples when our Lord Jesus Christ was in the boat with them. And the storm was heavy. He was with them. He would have just said, peace be still. But he needed them to acknowledge, to trust the process, to believe in him. And when they met him for help, he said, peace be still. And we saw it happened very well. Most times you might not have seen the process. We have gotten diverse testimonies where people watch Star Cross Television. They have not gotten encounter with the Father physically. But through watching Star Cross Television, they see the Father's see the Father's teachings. They get to hear, they get to listen. Instantly, they are made whole. So on coming to see the Father is even a different scenario.
Okay.
This is it. You have to believe in the process. You have to trust the process even before you start getting into the process. So I think that is what that quote speaks about.
Okay, thank you so very much, Brother David Eric. Now, how can you define faith and doubt?
All right, so I'll still go back to what I just said earlier. Faith is the ability of you having confidence, having trust, most especially, let me narrow it down to the biblical aspect, in God. You have to believe in his existence, you have to believe in his potency, you have to believe in his power, you have to believe that he has the power to create, to destroy, and to make. This is where our faith needs to lie. And now when we are going to doubts, definitely these are those little uncertainties. Most times we can make it to get bigger, we can make it to get smaller, but it has to do with uncertainties. Once a man doubts, this is the thing that shifts him from his faith. You might believe in the process that, okay, let me use business for example. I want to go into this business, a buying and selling business, maybe a buying and selling of foodstuff. And as a process, you just get it out. What if I buy this business or I invest into this business and no one is coming to buy from me. You've gotten uncertainties there. At that point in time, you start struggling with those uncertainties. It can either make you, it can either break you. So this is where doubt lies, and this is where faith lies.
Okay, thank you so very much. So to our audience, it is still a live broadcast here on Starcross Television. Do well to call the phone line on your screen on +2347044802883, or you can as well drop your inputs on our social media handles. We are here to also learn from you, just like you are learning from us. Let us get to know your take on our topic this morning, which is still centered on faith and doubt. Yes, this topic at some point we're just going to go a little bit personal.
Okay.
Let us come from an individual perspective, because it is believed that self-experience is the best.
True.
Experience, you get like something that happens to you or that occurs to you, it's actually the very best experience.
Sure.
So you had already mentioned or defined what faith and doubt is all about. So let's get to know from which angle, or let me rephrase.
Okay.
Have you ever in your own, at your lowest, like I mentioned, let's go personal. At some point, you're definitely going to go personal. And this is one of the personal questions I want to throw at you at this moment. How does your own faith, or your own doubt rather, most times you find yourself in situations where you start asking God, is it going to work?
Yeah.
We cannot lie. There are times like that.
True.
God, is it going to work? Is this thing going to come to pass? Is this thing going to not work? Is this thing going to fail? Are there going to be any hindrance, any glitch, any this, any that at the end of the day? Yes, in such situations, how can your own doubts impact your relationship with God?
Okay, I would love to start like this. Our doubts can distance us from God.
Okay.
And it can also bring us close to God. You know, if a man is inquisitive, he will want to find answers.
Okay, beautiful.
That is the first things. Most prophets of old, they were doubtful, they were inquisitive, they wanted to get closer, to understand, to know the potency, to understand what is bringing them, like what is giving them this confusion. You know, God is mysterious in some ways. Our doubts can also make us, as I said earlier, and can also get us closer to God. Now, in my own case, being a little bit personal, I'm this person who likes to see things for myself.
Okay.
I do not like to hear from afar. Even if I hear, I would love to test it by my own self so that I can be able to also testify, to also get the ability to experience it positively or negatively, because I always believe these two work together.
Okay.
Yes. Now, there are times whereby I have been at my lowest, and I'll always say, Father, if you truly
Okay,
Father,
we are getting there.
if you truly are God, I think this is the time you have to prove yourself. And God, in His own grace and mercy, most times He understands that we are human, and He will love, He will understand. He also needs to come to our beck and call and try to see how He can remove us from that point, because He knows, even if He wants us to undergo these trials, that at some point we might break, understand? And He still loves us so much that He will want us to still stay in line. He will not give us what we cannot carry. This is something we need to understand. Every trial, every step we take, it is something that God knows that we can carry, we can handle. In the presence of we undergoing our trials, we also have our personal decisions to also make at that particular point in time. It's either we allow our doubts take us away from the love of God, or we allow our doubts bring us closer to God. Imagine if you're very, very inquisitive and you want to test the power of God and you challenge God positively, you will see God is going to manifest in you. But when by you are faced with a little temptation and you still have doubt and you just walk away from what and what you know that is going to give you that solution, this is at that point you fail. It is good to have doubts. It is good to have doubts. But channel your doubt into the positive aspect. Channel your doubt into increasing your faith. Because if you say that you have faith in a particular thing and you have not tested it, I'm not sure there is faith in that particular thing. You cannot speak of what you don't have proof about. Imagine someone who has only been witnessing how God has been wonderful, marvelous in the sight of all his neighbors, and he has not experienced them. How then do you know that this is God? How then do you proclaim? How then do you go out to evangelize if you have not tested? if you have not known that this potency is real, this power is real, it is because your doubts have been overcome. So we have to have this doubt to get closer or to go away. At that point in time, the choice is ours. So at some point, I've gotten those doubts and my doubt has been cleared. And this is why I can stand by the special grace of our Father to say, yes, I am in the right point. I am moving in the right direction. No matter what happens, I believe, not by my power, but I believe by the power of our Father that I will always overcome. Through His mercy, definitely He will always take the glory. And one thing we should understand that when we overcome these trials or hurdles, we should not believe that it is done by us. We should not accept the glory which is meant for God. The blessings are meant for the children, while the glory cannot be shared. It is meant for God.
Beautiful. Thank you so very much, Brother David Eric. You've made some vital points. And then I like your concluding part where you mentioned that the blessings are for God's children,
Yes.
and His glory belongs to Him
Definitely.
and Him alone. Now, there are times when we feel like we have requested for something for way too long, and then it seems like God is just being silent over our request. He is not granting a request when we feel it should be granted.
Yeah,
you
true.
know, there is a saying that God's perfect time is the best.
Yeah.
He knows when to say yes to your request. You get? But we as humans, we feel like the silence is way too long. Like we're requesting for this book, this moment, and we expect that that request should come to us, not knowing that the essence or the purpose of God denying us that response or that request at that point in time is for a valid reason. Maybe to save a life, maybe to save someone else's life, maybe just something for our own very good. Now the question is, does God's perceived silence or seeming absence contribute to one's doubts?
All right. In the book of Matthew 7:7, it says, "Ask, it shall be given; seek, and you shall
Beautiful.
find; knock, and it shall be opened." But at the same time, we have Mark 9:24 saying that show that faith can coexist with doubt. At this particular point in time, even if God is silent, as I said earlier before, you have to have those doubts. And now,
Okay.
when you have these doubts, it is personal at this particular point in time for you to communicate with the one who you say is your all and all, who you say is your personal Lord and Savior. At some point in time, for you to have this doubt, I believe that you must have encountered one or two beautiful moments that God has come through for you. Now, maybe the tax is greater, the tax is bigger, and at this particular point in time, you're trying to sway away. It's trying to overwhelm you, to cloud you. I believe we should always have the reflection of the greater moments where God came through for us. This is where it can take away our doubts. And now when we have this understanding that God is the God of the dying minute, He is the God of time. That is one thing we need to understand. For God to take His glory, He has to walk with time. If He comes according to our biddings, He will never be God. If He comes to when we need those things at a particular point in time, He will never be God. Remember, when we walk, we see only the front. We do not see what is behind us. We could not see completely what is beside us. We can try to see at 25% out of 100. We can see at 60% what is in front of us, but not what, let me say, we can see 40 or 50% of what is in front of us, but not what is ahead of us. This is why God remains God. Now imagine a man who is walking from a point, let me say point A, and is getting to point B. He only believes that he can see what his vision can carry at that particular point in time. Remember, our eyes have limitations. We can see what we can see at that point in time. There is something ahead that we cannot see. This is what God sees. There's something behind us when we are walking in front that we cannot see. This is what God sees. So imagine God giving you what you want at that particular point in time. Once He knows, or where He knows that there is a lot of danger that He has to clear for us to be put in a place of comfort, for us to be put in a place whereby we feel that, okay, these things are answered. Like a woman who is looking for an issue, and maybe God understands that very well. Maybe she has a very dreadful sickness. Let me use the word fibroids. She has a very deadly sickness which is inside her body. God knows He has to heal her first of her infirmities before giving her an issue. We as humans might not get to this understanding. It only takes divine grace, persistency, and consistency and faith for us to get this understanding, to know that God works in a mysterious way. His works cannot be compared to the works of man. He has to make it perfect. God is not like a man or like a surgeon who's going to operate a human being and mistakenly forget a needle inside a human being's body. We understand what that can cause. So God has to take proper time, prepare everything, arrange everything, and make sure that at the fullness of time, when the blessings are coming, these blessings will not be interrupted by any force, by any mortal at all. It has to be perfect. It has to be the perfect timing, and it has to be perfect. You as an individual receiving the blessing, you have to be equipped at a particular point in time. Now let me make a reference. Imagine you being a person who is surrounded by enemies. God will always say, enemies abound everywhere. You are surrounded with enemies, and you have not been tutored or trained to that point to have that ability or that technical know-how for you to be able to handle your surrounding, your environment, interact with people. Remember, we still have to love our neighbor as ourselves, but remember, enemies abound everywhere. So God has to teach you to be able to handle this situation. No matter what comes in your front, you can be able to handle this situation. Imagine if He has given you these lavish blessings and you start spreading it around your neighborhood and not knowing that enemies are everywhere, for you to be able to understand the way you need to operate and have this balance. At this point in time, when something happens or goes wrong, the first person they want to blame, you say in everything, give thanks to God. If you want to blame God at a particular point in time, remember you cannot blame God. It is because of our selfish interest and selfish desire. So there is time for everything. Every man needs to understand that. Once we understand this, our doubts will be channeled in increasing our faith, even when we feel that God is silent. God cannot be silent. Why I say God cannot be silent? Imagine you waking up every morning to see a brand new day and you say God is silent. God is not silent. He said, if He can provide for the birds of the air, how much more you who is created in His own image and likeness. So I think at this point in time, God is not silent.
Thank you so very much, Brother David Eric. I must say you have said a whole lot. And in summary, what I have picked there is that faith often shapes our own purpose and sense of purpose and identity. Yes. So in all we do, always have faith that God will certainly come through for you. And next one, I mentioned that we are going to go a little bit personal. So I would love you to share a time when your doubt in a particular situation, you found yourself, your doubt in that situation led to growth and your deeper understanding of God's existence.
All right, so I think I'll have to use an evangelical trip I went on.
Okay.
It is not easy. As I said earlier, if you have not tasted the potency of our Father, you cannot go out there and say what you do not know.
Okay, or what you're not even sure of.
What you are not even sure of. By Father's grace, Father has come through for all His children in different times, in different situations. So we are all proud to go out there and proclaim the name of our Father. As I did mention earlier, I say most persons watch Star Cross Television, just hearing the Father's pronouncement, they believe and they key in and they come and they receive the blessings. Yours might be different. Now, in my own case, I had this doubt in myself. Yes, I have been tutored. I have come into the process, and at some point in time, I have understood as a Sabbath growing up until this stage. I was about evangelism, and I had the doubts that can I be able to do this? I was to lead a team for the evangelical retreat, and I had not gone for this evangelical retreat before. You can imagine where is your first time and the kind of terror that will be creeping around your mind. You'll be clouded with so much terror and fear. You know, doubt draws fear, a lot of fear. That is the simple truth. When we are afraid of the uncertainty, this is where our doubts keep increasing at a very high point. It is like, should I say, a skill whereby triple beam, if you weigh more on this other part, this other one goes up. So if there is more mass on the presence of doubt, you will see our faith start diminishing. That is the simple truth. So at some point in time, I had a lot of fear. Can I be able to lead this thing for an evangelical retreat? What will they say? Another thing you understand now is that most times we try to ask ourselves, what will people say? Instead of what will God think of us, understand? We try to put people in front than what will God think of us. So I was on that opinion, what will people think if we go, if I cannot be able to go on this evangelism, people are looking up to me. God being God, I had to make the first step. I had to get those persons who's the Father, giving them the ability for them to go out into the field, and I've been doing it, for them to come and take us on classes. Now, they took us on evangelical classes. As human, I was not satisfied with that. I believe that they have to also accompany us to the field. And you know when God wants to take his glory, because I will always say you should not share his glory with anyone. No, you cannot. He has to give us his blessings. He does not share his glory. God will remain God from eternity to eternity. So I had to meet these resource persons, and I told them that please, you have to accompany us to the evangelical retreat. They gave us their words. They promised that they will follow us on this evangelical journey. But Father being Father, when he wants to take his glory, he has a way he masterminds his things. He is the master game player. He does his things by himself. He had to bring in a lot of activities that had to take away the attention of the resource persons, which I was hoping on. Because at that point in time, the Father saw that I am hoping on man, not him, understand? So for God to become God, he has to do the things that he has to do. I was very, very angry and very, very sad that the persons I have relied on and I've hoped on to join us for this evangelical retreat, I will use the word that they had failed me at that particular point in time. So I was left alone to myself. The younger ones are looking on me. And how do I go if I have not been able to go on this journey the first time? Father being Father, he took us out. When he took us out, we prayed. We went for the courtesy visit. We met the paramount ruler, and he said, like, it has been a while that he had not seen BCS around this environment, that it is Father that sent us down here. Before you know it, we had to baptize the prince of that community. If you ask me today, I do not really know how it happened. But I saw myself, baptized, evangelizing, preaching. At that point in time, I did not realize anything because I did not put my mind. But after the whole scenario, after the whole evangelical outreach, I had to understand that the Father had to take his glory. And he had to use us for the first time because we were newbies in the field, and we did what the Father wanted us to do. And that encouraged us for us to also embark on previous evangelical retreat. What am I trying to say? I had no faith in myself. I had no faith in the whole process. I had faith on the Father's children, but I was supposed to channel my faith to the Father directly, believing and hoping that he has to come through for me. This is where I say God is always God. He understood the fact that yes, I had doubts and I had fear, but I needed to make research and get closer to him. That was why he had to create that scenario for me to understand that he alone can do the works. So as I always say, our doubts can take us away from God, or our doubts can bring us closer to God. We saw the likes of Moses in the Bible when they were tested. When Moses, imagine the kind of luxury Moses was living in, and God had to tell him that you have to leave Egypt and take my children out of the land of Egypt. Imagine you being in luxury and God is telling you that you have to do this. If you do not have doubts, and if you do not have this inquisitive spirit to know the potency embedded in this being that is telling you that you have to leave your luxury and come and follow me, then your doubts will not be clear.
Okay, thank you so very much, Brother David Eric. Trust me, that's very bold step that God used you to embark on. It would have been a disaster if maybe this set of persons you had hoped on after failing you, you now go back to your people and say, okay, since these persons are not going to be available, why not we just shift this movement to maybe whenever they're going to be available? And who knows, from whenever to up to now, you might still have not been able to actualize that particular evangelical retreat. So thank you so very much for sharing that life experience. That has also gone a long way to teach us that you do not have to hope on man.
Sure.
Yeah, because if he had, okay, your hope was basically on them, but God being God, according to you,
Yes.
they failed you. And God now, in his potency, he now had to come by himself, to show that you don't necessarily have to hope on any man. All your hope should be on him, because
Definitely.
he is the master planner. He
Definitely.
is the one who has okayed your movement. And he is the one, in fact, before you even get to that destination, he's already there. He has softened everything for you.
Yes.
It shouldn't have even taken anything for the paramount ruler to say, no, we don't want any business members here.
Yes.
No, we don't want any white. We don't want, people should just go away.
Sure.
But God being God, he was already there. He has softened everything that was maybe supposed to be difficult for you people, and everything was just smooth. So we thank God immensely for that very wonderful testimony you have shared with us. We need more of these testimonies like this. Now to our audience, it is not over until it is over. We are still talking on the topic faith and doubt, and our phone line is still displayed on your screen on +234 7044 802 883. Do well to call the phone line, or you can as well drop a comment on our social media handles. We are here to also learn from you. This topic still continues, but however, let us take a quick break. We will be right back with yet another very amazing segment. Stay glued.
BCS music.
When you're far away from home and your candlelight is low, stars will see you through, for you are not alone. You've lost the way to go, it's not the end of the road. Lights will guide you home, I'll always stand by you, and I will be your friend. When the road is rough and cold, you'll never walk alone in this evil world of sin. And I will lead the way and ignite your candle flames. Stars will guide you home, I'll always stand by you. So don't forget the road that leads you home. Don't forget there is a candle you hold. Stars will guide you home, they will guide you home. I'll always stand by you. Don't forget your hold. He should anchor when your candle is low. Stars will guide you home, I'll always stand by you. In this journey of life, my words should guide your heart. Come rain or sunshine, I'll always stand by you. In the registry of life, we must go through pain for gain. Stars will guide you home, I'll always stand by you, and I will be your friend. When the road is rough and cold, you'll never walk alone in this evil world of sin. I will lead the way and ignite your candle flames. Stars will guide you home, I'll always stand by you. So don't forget, so don't forget, road that leads you home. And don't forget, there is a candle you hold. The stars will guide you home. Yeah, I'll always stand by you. So don't forget, the Lord is your stronghold.
so strong.
Here's your anchor when your candle is low. Stars will guide you home. I'll always stand by you.
When darkness falls and fears arise, oh, do not forget the Lord is your greatest might. He said, I will walk beside you through the tears and the battle. Also the stars will guide you home to a place of refuge. As you toil, legion surrounds you. As you sleep, my words protect you. As you wake, my light leads the way. You are not alone. Shine my name in the dark. You see my wonders and mighty your love. I will always be beside you, hand in hand, I'll never leave your pride. Stars will guide you home. Stars will guide you home. Stars will guide you home. So do not forget. Don't forget. Do not forget. You are not alone. Don't forget. You are not alone. Stars will guide you.
I'll always stand by you.
Don't forget.
It's not strong.
Here's your anchor when your candle is low.
Stars to guide you home. I'll always stand
I
by you.
will always stand by you.
lift up my eyes to the hills, from whence cometh my help from the Lord. Anything I do, anything I say, even when I smile, even when I cry, Lord, I need you. Sometimes I wonder what manner of love you have for me. You love me beyond human comprehensions. You are my strength when I'm weak. You are my Lord, my fortress and shield. Oh Lord, my master and king. Oh Lord, I give you all praise.
Welcome back. It is good to know that you are still here with us, enjoying this very amazing episode of the Morning Star Breakfast show here on Star Cross Television. Yes, we did promise that when we come back, we're going to bring to you yet another exciting segment with Christ Ambassador James Mensah, reaching us all the way from South Africa. Peace of the Father, Christ Ambassador.
Peace of the Father, how are you today, and how is our lovely viewers doing?
There, everybody's fine, thank you very much. And I'm here with Brother David Eric.
Good morning to you, Ambassador.
Mr. David himself.
Good morning, Ambassador.
Okay, thank you very, very much. Yes, before we dive straight into what you have for us this morning, we actually have our topic of discourse, which is centered on faith and doubt. And we'll also love you to throw more light or just give us your take on what this topic is all about, faith and doubt.
Ambassador, before you conclude, I also have a question for you. Do you believe that our doubts can draw us close to God, or it can take us far away from God?
Good morning to our lovely viewers. Well, this question is very, very, I should say it's very somehow, because your question is centered on whether doubts can draw us close to God or can even take us far away. For me, I think doubts can rather take us far away, because if you want to really understand what doubt is, you could actually explain doubt to be in our concept of religion. You could actually explain doubt to be unanswered prayers or silence from the omnipotent, omnipresent, and the omniscient one. That is what we understand doubt to be. But at the same time, too, when you look at it critically, silence from God is not actually silence, because He's taking care of us every day. So as soon as doubt starts creeping in, it's just like, excuse me to say, a relationship. As soon as doubt starts creeping into a relationship, that relationship is over, right? So for me, I think doubt actually takes us far away from God rather than bringing us closer to God. So that would be my
Okay, thank you very much, Christ Ambassador James Mensah, for that very wonderful input. Now, my question is, you mentioned that doubt can take us far away from God. What happens if, out of curiosity, now this doubt pushes us to know more about certain things, about maybe the predicament or the station we find ourselves, and that will also lead us to come to get more closer to God? For instance, if not during our 72 hours journey, most times some persons go into 72 hours journey just so God can answer their prayers and grant most of their requests they had maybe tabled before Him for the longest time. If at that point in time maybe they had doubts that, okay, will this thing work?
Yeah.
Will it even come to pass and all of that? So because of that, they'll say, okay, let me go into 72 and let me also partake in this journey, in this exercise. Maybe God will use this exercise to answer my prayers, to grant my heart desire. Don't you think that doubt is even a positive doubt that has also deepened our relationship or our connection with God? Christ Ambassador, are you with us? Are you still with us, Christ Ambassador?
Just keep me out. Sorry.
Okay, did you get my question?
Yes, I'm with you.
Yes, I can. Okay, now you mentioned that doubts can take us far away from God. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Are you with me? Are you with us? Can you hear us clearly? Okay, you mentioned that doubts can rather take us far away from God. Okay, can you hear me now?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm taking my question again. Okay, so my question is, you mentioned that doubts can rather take us far away from God rather than drawing us closer to God. Now my question is, what if this doubt leads to curiosity for us to know more about God? Now I painted a scenario where, for instance, during the 72 hours journey, most persons, they partake in this exercise because of unanswered prayers which they had maybe tabled on the table of God, or they had already requested for the longest time and it has not been answered, and then okay, it is time for 72 hours journey, and they will also want to partake just so their answers or their prayers will be answered and their request will be granted. What if this doubt of theirs led them to also partake in this journey just so they can draw themselves closer to God and also deepen their relationship? Don't you think that doubt of theirs or that curiosity of theirs has also led to a deeper connection and a relationship with God?
If I get you right, can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly. Okay, I think his network is actually not too good for us to hear him clearly. But while we're still waiting for him, let me just still throw that question at you. He has mentioned that, or he is of the opinion, the school of thought, that rather than doubt drawing us closer to God, it rather draws us far away from God. Now the question is, what if out of curiosity, this doubt of us has led us to get more connected and more related to God in a more deeper way, say via fasting, more intense prayer, just so long awaited requests and long awaited prayers will be answered and also will be granted?
All right. We saw some of these things played out in the days of old, the likes of Samuel, the likes of Moses, Elijah, and so on and so forth. At some point, they felt that God was silent away from them, but their doubts brought them closer to God. I think we have to
Okay. Sorry, we lost that call. Please do well to call us back. Let us get to know why you're calling us this morning. Our phone line still remains +234 7044 2883. Thank you so very much for calling, but please, we really do expect you to call us back. Go ahead with that, Eric.
All right, so at some point they had these doubts, and they were like, God, are you silent from us? Have you turned your back against us? Show us a sign. The persistent consistency of a man towards a particular thing can clear his doubts. If you walk away from an uncleared doubt, it will take you far away. But if you walk towards clearing these doubts, you will see that you have a stand. If you say you want to follow God and speak about His deity, your doubts need to be cleared. You need to come closer. You need to come and test. You need to clear those mindsets, those narratives. Now, for example, look at us, brother request and star children. We did not get trolled at again any longer, because most of those intending doubts have been cleared by our most holy Father. We see the actions in the children. We exhibit peace. Anywhere you go, you get to see that the children of God are known for peace. Brotherhood children are known for peace. We exhibit peace, we exhibit love, because our Father has instilled this in us. So those things that we were called before are no longer in existence, because doubts have been cleared. So as a man, if you have doubts, you have to make sure you clear those doubts. You don't have to run away from those doubts. If you do not believe that this thing is this, you have to go, make inquiries, search, put it to test. God will always say, put it to test. And when you put our Father in test, you see our Father will always come to deliver for you at the dying minute. So I believe our doubts should be channeled to getting closer to God and believing and confirming His potency. We have seen it from different parts of the world. Most persons, they do not believe in our Father. They say, can God come out from Africa? And we saw how they came to make research. The nature of the white man is all about making research. They want to believe. Now today, brotherhood is established in so many European countries. Brotherhood is established in so many Western countries. You can see a white man coming to believe, coming to bow down before the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. Do you think they did not have doubts? They had doubts. But their doubts have been cleared and their faith has been made whole. So I believe from my own end that we need to clear our doubts so that our faith can be strong. You cannot testify for what you do not know about, for what you do not have proof about. So our doubts are there, our fears are there, but it needs to be cleared, not walking away from. And I believe the best way for us to clear that is by putting our Father into test. And we know very well our Father can never fail. That is the simple truth.
Okay, thank you so very much. You mentioned that the best way to clear a doubt is by putting our Father, God Almighty, into test. But is it even good for you to challenge God?
No.
Most times, people will say, why will you be challenging God? Why would you be challenging God? And other times, people would say, I'll have to challenge God for me to know that, yes, He is truly God. But from your own viewpoint, is it actually good to challenge God?
Have you heard about this statement that the Father said, if you call on the name of OOO, your problems will be taken care of?
Okay.
That is you challenging our Father. And there is nobody, there is no father child that has called upon that name and his prayers are not answered.
Okay.
Situations are not changed. You see accident at that particular point in time and you shout the name of OOO. Definitely those accidents cannot stand the power of our Father. This is the challenge. And once you have gotten this doubts cleared, tell me at this particular point in time how your faith will be shaking. Tell me at this particular point in time. We understand the potency of our Father because we have put it into test. And it has worked well for us. I will always say, scientists always have this to say, that before you have a proof, there must be a problem. And a solution must come before you get a proof. So we have seen the problem, we have gotten the proof, and we know where our solution lies. We have challenged the Father in different times, and He has come true for us. So at this particular point in time, our faith is strong. Our faith is not shaking. We know where we are going to. Our doubts has already been cleared. It is good for us to have these doubts. It is good for us to have this fear. But at the same time, do not walk away from this doubt without it being cleared. This is the point I am trying to make at this point in time.
Okay, thank you very much for that, David Eric. You have made some vital points. And then at this point in time, it is said that your doubts can either, it is believed that your doubts can either lead you closer to God or it can draw you far away from God. From your viewpoint, even from mine, I'm also believing that your doubt, depending on how well you're able to tackle all of this, your curiosity, your doubt, and all of that, it can as well lead you closer to God. But from the viewpoint of Brother James Mensah, he has made us to understand that rather than it drawing you closer to God, it can draw you far away from God.
I'm just so sad that Bro Mensah's network is really bad.
Let's see if we can bring him back, because he has to clarify why he would say that. We are all entitled to our own opinion, yes, depending on how well you are able to prove your point. So really do want Brother James Mensah to come prove his points. Let's take a quick break and see if we can break back Brother James Mensah. We'll be right back briefly.
When I hear the Master calling, let me say, Lord, speak. I'm listening, Master, speak to me.
BCS music. Tell me, brother, tell me why you the cry, why you dey. Tell me, sister, tell me why you dey love. When you get old by your side, when you get the mighty for your front. His eyes are not blind, and he cannot
nsogbu tụkwachukwu obi ịnọ na nsogbu tụkwasị chukwu obi ọbakwa ebezina na chi gị nọ nso onye na-ebakwa ebezina na chi gị nọ nso mgbe niile n'ụtụtụ n'ehihie ma n'abalị chi gị nọnyere gị na-echekwaba gị atụmatụ ndị iro na ndụ gị agaghị enwe isi onye nwe gị ga-enye gị ndị mmụọ ozi ka ha chere gị ebezina nwanne ebezina nwanne chi gị nọ nso chi gị na-echere gị onye na-ebakwa ebezina na chi gị nọ nso ebezina chukwu nọ nso Chidalumba loves you, he has conquered for you. Ebezina chukwu nọ nso Chidalumba loves you, he has conquered for you.
Ebezina, mama don't cry again. Since you get Olumba, I got no the fear. All your problems and sorrows, Papa don't take them away. Can we no get filled? Now God they drive and fly. Him no light a fire. If you no deny him, make you know they tire to work for Olumba. Put your trust in him. You have no other God. Nothing man can do to you, just trust in Olumba. The Egyptians you see today, you shall see them no more. That Pharaoh in your life shall not cross the Red Sea today. Every obstructing walls of Jericho in your life shall fall down. Cause you belong to the Lion and the Lamb. Ebezina,
Ebezina, Jukunanso, Jukunanso, making all the worry, Papa day. Okay, making all the worry, Olumba day. The love of Olumba cannot be compared. The love of your father for you is so kakaraka. See, anytime he call, he go answer. In the dreaded night, he go show up. When the sea is rough, he go calm him. When the road is lonely, he's your companion. He will never disappoint you. I say, oh, Jukunanso, Ebezina, Ebezina, Ebezina. Oh, he has conquered for you. Ebezina, Jukunanso. Chidalumba loves you, he has conquered for you.
Why you the worry, brother? Why you the lament sister? When you get Olumba by your side day and night, when you get the mighty king by your side,
I'll never be afraid, brother. I'll never run at all. Cause I am a father of fathers, that answers by fire. It's calling down Olumba. Even in the darkest night, he always shine for this light so bright. Therefore, all enemies will never target me again. Never. Chidalumba loves you, he has conquered for you. Ebezina Jukunanso, Chidalumba loves you, he has conquered for you.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much for still staying glued to this very amazing episode of the Morning Star Breakfast show here on Star Cross Television. I still remain Stella Obina, and I'm still here with Brother David Eric. Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Yes, it is right about time for us to bring to you the next segment with Sister Ebimobore Rex, the lady who takes us through the corridors of history. You're welcome, Sister Rex.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I know you have a lot of things to educate us with this morning, but before you dive into your segment, we were actually talking about faith and doubt before your arrival. So we'd want you to also give us your take on if it's okay, or do you think our doubt as humans links us closer or takes us closer to God, or does it takes us far away from God? What's your take on that?
Okay, thank you very much, Sister Stella. I want to say that, of course, in as much as we are not supposed to doubt, I feel that curiosity makes us to find that answer, we need to believe that, okay, we need to have faith in God. I just believe that doubt is just that step that pushes us to seeing the truth about a particular thing. So if that doubt is not there, I will just have that faith without having a backing evidence. So that doubt enables me to get grip of that evidence to have that faith. So that's my take on it.
Okay.
I love that.
Okay, beautiful. That's a safe landing. Okay, let's get to hear
Thank you
from
very much. So we're going straight to Today in History / infotainment for you. Of course, we will be short and sweet with this particular Today in History / infotainment. So we're going straight to it. And number one on our list is Canada's Agricultural Day. It is a national observance dedicated to recognizing the foundational role agriculture play in the country's economy, food security, environmental stewardship, and national identity. Canada's agricultural history dates back to the thousands of years to the indigenous farming practice that cultivated crops such as corn, beans, squash, and wild rice long before the European contact. With the arrival of settlers in the 17th and 18th century, agriculture became central to the Canada's colonial expansion, rural settlement, and economic survival, particularly in the province. This observance was established to raise awareness about the modern farming, agribusiness innovation, and the resilience of Canadian farmers who face challenges such as climate change, market, and global food demand. Today, Canada is one of the world's leading exporter of wheat and other livestock products. Agriculture Day also promotes or highlights technological advancements such as precision farming, sustainable land management, and agri-science research that ensures long-term food sustainability. Moving forward, we also have here Valentismas. Yes, this is a day celebrated to usher in Valentine, which is celebrated on 14th of February. Moving forward, we also have the International Cribbage Day, commemorate the enduring legacy of cribbage, strategic card game invented in the early 17th century by the English poet and scholar Sir John, designed as a refined alternative to earlier card games. Cribbage gained popularity due to its unique pegboard scoring system and emphasis on mental calculation and probability. The game spread across Europe and later to the North America, becoming particularly popular among sailors, soldiers, and rural communities. Moving forward, we also have here the Extraterrestrial Cultural Day. Is dedicated to humanity fascination with life beyond Earth and the cultural, scientific and philosophical questions surrounding the possibilities of extraterrestrial existence. The idea gained traction during the 20th century amid rapid advances in astronomy, space exploration, and science fiction literature. The observance also reflects milestones such as space race, the discovery of the exoplanet, the search of extraterrestrial intelligence, and the Mars exploration mission. It also recognizes how extraterrestrial themes influence art, film, literature, and public imagination, shaping humanity's understanding of its place in the universe. Moving forward, we also have the National Home Warranty Day, highlight the importance of home protection plan that cover the repairs or replacement of major home systems and appliances. The concept of home warranties emerged in the 20th century as home ownership increased and households became more reliant on complex mechanical and electrical systems. These observance underscore consumers' protection, financial security, and peace of mind of homeowners. It also draws attention to the real estate industry role in promoting responsible home ownership and long-term property maintenance. Moving forward, we also have here Safer Internet Day. Was launched in 2004 by the EU Safe Borders project and later expanded globally. It addresses growing risks associated with digital technology, including cyberbullying, data breaches, online fraud, misinformation, and digital addiction. The observant promote responsible online behavior, digital literacy, and internet governance. Moving forward, we also have other wonderful celebrations. I would like to go to the last for today, which is the Tom and Jerry debut. Introduced an iconic character, Tom and Jerry, under the MGM studio created by William Hanna and Joseph. The cartoon revolutionized animation with its expressive visual and non-verbal storytelling. Became global cultural icon, influencing generation of animators and entertaining audiences across decades. Their debut marked a golden era in animated storytelling. That's all we have for you on that Today in History / Infotainment. Sorry, I was not able to go down or read all for you, but that's the few I could give out to you. Thank you very much for having me. Another infotainment we have today happens to be Tuesday, and I want to say happy birthday to all those that were born today. Sorry I wasn't able to get a person in particular to celebrate today. That's because you didn't send in your information. Thank you very much. And away from that, we also have testimony and experience, a wonderful program where you tend to give in your testimony and also increase the faith of other members. We all know the saying that they said faith comes by hearing, and hearing of the word of God. And of course, that your testimony serve as a preaching or as a testimony or as a preaching to the next person to increase his or her faith. So please do well to contact Sister Stella Obina and share your wonderful testimony. And of course, it's also an appreciation to God, because when you testify, you tend to appreciate God for all what he has done in your life. So thank you very much. Today is Tuesday, Men's Fellowship. Please do well to attend. So that's all I have for you on that Today in History / Infotainment. Thank you very much, Sister Stella and Brother Eric, for having me.
Thank you too. Thank you so very much, Sister Rex. It is a wrap here on today's episode of the Morning Star Breakfast Show with Brother David Eric.
Thank you.
And then with Brother Christ Ambassador James Mensah. Sorry we couldn't bring him back on your screen for him to give us his proof on why doubts can also lead to drawing us far away from God. Sorry, we just couldn't bring him back due to technical errors from his end. Thank you so very much, Brother David Eric, for being a very good resource person. And then to Sister Rex, thank you for taking us through the corridors of history today. To our audience, thank you so very much. We see you all on our social media handles. We see all your comments. And to the person who called us earlier, thank you so very much. We see you all. Thank you for always staying with Star Cross Television. Keep supporting Star Cross Television, God's own TV. I remain Stella Obina. Till we meet again. Bye for now.